Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now the main headlines. UN chief urges immediate measures to prevent crisis in the Middle East. Afghan kids returning from Pakistan experience grim reality, study says. 25% of UK's 3 and 4-year-olds possesses a smartphone, data reveals. And China's Uyghurs face ban on using social media apps. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. United Nations Secretary General on Thursday called for an immediate action to avert a crisis in the Middle East during the Security Council's debate. Antonio Guterres emphasized the recent escalations in rhetoric and actions, warning that one mistake could lead to devastating regional conflict. It also added that Guterres has condemned Iran's attack on Israel and called for an end to the cycle of retaliation. He urged for international cooperation to prevent further destabilization in the Middle East and called for a humanitarian ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. A survey released Thursday shows that nearly 250,000 children have returned to Afghanistan from Pakistan in the past 7 months, lacking basic necessities such as food, shelter, and access to education. According to the study by Save the Children, over 520,000 Afghans have returned home from Pakistan since September 2023, with almost half of them being children. It adds that despite attending school in Pakistan, 65% of the returning children are not enrolled in schools in Afghanistan due to the lack of necessary documents. The survey also highlighted the severe food insecurity faced by returnees and host communities, with many families having to reduce portion sizes or borrow food to survive. The dire conditions in Afghanistan are exacerbated by years of conflict and recent natural disasters, leaving nearly 8 million children in the country facing crisis levels of hunger. The United Nations estimates that close to 16 million Afghans in the country face severe food insecurity. A quarter of children aged 3 and 4 own a smartphone in the UK, and half of those under 13 are on social media. The data from the communications regulator Ofcom reveal high and rising rates of online activity by children of infant school age, with 38% of 5 to 7-year-olds using social media compared with 30% a year ago, and 67% them using a tablet. Growing evidence shows the impact of widespread social media use on children, with experts warning of the profound risk to their mental health. Therefore, the number of children and adolescents dealing with depression and anxiety has risen above almost 30% in the recent years. Ofcom's annual study of children's online behavior found out that the percentage of 5 to 7-year-olds sending messages or making voice and video calls increased from 59% to 65% in the past year, the article added. It said that overall 96% of children aged 3 to 17 go online, with the majority of the 4% still offline being aged 3 or 4. Even among the youngest children surveyed, 84% use the internet. It also mentioned that younger children typically use a tablet, while old children aged 12 to 15 are more likely to have their own smartphone, with 95% having one also. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. The UN chief urges immediate measures to prevent crisis in the Middle East. Afghan kids returned from Pakistan experience grim reality, study says. And 25% of UK's 3 and 4-year-olds possesses a smartphone. Also tonight, India's diverse scholarly figures mourn raise awareness of Jannat al-Baqi in Ajmer conference. The Xinjiang authority have banned Uyghurs from using social media apps such as TikTok and tools to bypass censorship. The ban was announced in a video by Xinjiang Production and Construction Corps, with violators facing arrest, a hefty fine, and a deduction in their social credit score. The source added that it mentioned people are forbidden from using Twitter, YouTube, and Bitcoin, and authorities are also warning against using VPNs and foreign websites. The latest ban has raised concerns of another crackdown on the region's Uyghur population. And now continue with some shorter news. The Somali Defense Ministry on Thursday claimed to have killed 9 al-Shabaab terrorists in a successful attack on an al-Shabaab base in the Taflo village in the southern Somali region of Bay. The operation dismantled the base, neutralized 9 terrorists and captured a cache of weapons and ammunition, the military statement added. Somalia has been plagued by insecurity for years, with al-Shabaab and Daesh ISIS being the main threats. The World Health Organization has approved a new version of a widely used cholera vaccine called UVQS, made by EU Biologics. The updated version is simpler, cheaper, and can be produced much more quickly than the older version. The approval of the World Health Organization means that organizations like Gavi and UNICEF can now purchase the vaccine for poorer countries. Since last January, the World Health Organization has reported more than 824,000 cholera infections, including 5,900 deaths worldwide, with the highest numbers of cases reported in the Middle East and Africa. The World Health Organization is concerned about the spread of H5N1 bird flu, which has an extraordinarily high mortality rate in humans, according to the article. An outbreak since 2020 has caused the deaths of millions of poultry and the spread of the virus to mammals, including domestic cattle in the US, increasing the risk of transmission to humans. There is a global concern that the virus may evolve to infect humans and spread between humans from 2003 to 2024. There have been reported 889 reported cases and 463 deaths from H5N1 worldwide, with a fatality rate of 52%. ISIS terrorists on Thursday shot dead 20 Syrian soldiers and affiliated pro-government forces in 2 separate raids in Damascus-controlled areas of Syria. The attacks took place in the eastern countryside of Homs province and in the Abu Kamal countryside in eastern Syria, the source mentioned. According to the Syrian Observatory, the human rights of the dead included at least 9 members of the Quds Brigade and 4 regime forces, with 2 others taken hostages. 5 custom personnel were killed during intelligence-based operation in the IBO in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's Dera Ismail Khan's district on Thursday, according to a press release from the Director General of the Intelligence and Investigation Customs. The officials were ambushed by unknown assailants in dastardly attack and fired upon automatic weapons while conducting the IBO at Darban Road near Sagu village around 3:30 p.m. In another development today, a suicide bomber detonated his explosive vest near a van carrying Japanese auto workers in Pakistan's southern port city of Karachi, injuring 3 bystanders. A conference was held to commemorate the heinous destruction of Jannat al-Baqi at Ajmer Sharif Dargah of Khwaja Sayyid Muhyiddin Hassan Chishti in India. According to the organizers, the location was purposefully chosen to raise awareness about the oppression of the Imams of al-Baqi, alayhum as-salam, whose holy shrine was razed by dust by radical so-called Muslim Wahhabis, whilst a Sufi saint's tomb stands and is revered by all Muslims in the country. It was also aimed to involve the Sunni Muslims in effort to promote the cause of Jannat al-Baqi from a broader religious perspective, as well as social activists as an incident deserving humanitarian attention. The event, which followed Friday's praise, hosted a number of keynote speakers from esteemed Shia scholars, as well as Sunni and Hindu personalities. The event called for a global push for the revival and reconstruction of the holy place, not merely as a Shia concern, but rather an Islamic heritage that commands utmost respect from all humanity, especially monotheists of Abrahamic faiths. We have reached the end of today's news show. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. UN chief urges immediate measures to prevent the crisis in the Middle East. Afghan kids return from Pakistan experience grim reality, study says. China's Uyghurs face ban on using social media apps. And India's diverse scholarly figures mourn and raise awareness of Jannat al-Baqi in Ajmer conference. You can view the latest news on our website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of your screen. Thank you all for watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Master of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
شهید والا مقام مرحوم آیت الله سید حسن شیرازی قدس سره در جهت ساختن بقیع گام‌های مؤثری برداشت و برای رسیدن به این هدف چند بار به کشور عربستان سفر کرد و با شخصیت‌های دینی و سیاسی این کشور ملاقات نمود تا بتواند اجازه تعمیر قبور ائمه هدی علیه السلام را دریافت کند. او برای رسیدن به این هدف با شخصیت‌هایی همچون عبدالعزیز بن یاس رئیس دانشگاه اسلامی مدینه، شیخ محمد ابن ابراهیم مفتی سعودی و شیخ عبدالله ابن حمیده رئیس هیئت آمرین به معروف و از همه مهمتر ملک فیصل پادشاه وقت سعودی دیدار و به گفتگو نشست. ملاقات اول به معارفه و گفتگوهای رسمی گذشت و بار دوم که سید بزرگوار به دیدار ملک فیصل رفت به او چنین گفت: شما برای کسی که منتظر اتوبوس است و می‌خواهد به خانه برگردد و یا به سر کار رود سایبان درست می‌کنید تا زیر آفتاب سوزان رنجور نشود، در حالی که این کار واجب و یا مستحب نیست، چون سوار شدن اتوبوس یک کار مباح است. حال این مسلمانان که برای زیارت قبر مسلمانان صدر اسلام می روند با درهای بسته روبرو شده و هیچ سایبانی وجود ندارد که به آن پناه برند، در حالی که زیارت قبور در تمام مذاهب جزو مستحبات می باشد. از طرفی دیگر تخریب نوعی اهانت و پرخاش به بزرگان به شمار می آید و در اینجا 4 تن از بزرگان اهل بیت علیهم السلام دفن هستند. پس سزاوار است حاکمیت عربستان بر تجدید بنایی در بقیع رضایت دهد. ملک فیصل با این سخنان به قناعت می رسد و دستور می دهد که درب بقیع را بر ظاهران باز کنند، ولی برای بازسازی آن از آیت الله سید حسن شیرازی می خواهد که بزرگان وهابیت را قانع کند که اگر آنها قبول کردند او نیز با بازسازی موافقت می کند. درب‌های بقیع بر زائران باز می شود و آیت الله العظمی سید محمد رضا گلپایگانی پیام تبریک و تشکر به جانب ایشان ارسال می کنند. اما بعدها و پس از شهادت سید حسن با دخالت کینه‌توزان و حسودان با سازی بقیع راه به جایی نمی برد.